Greetings, fellow Gorehounds, and welcome back to another Blood Splattered unboxing. Well, kind of unboxing. You see, we kind of recorded this already, and we had a couple technical difficulties, but don't worry, if you're watching it now, then obviously we fixed it. Anyway, as per usual, we got another Scream magazine here for you, and as they like to do, they asked me to tell you that Scream magazine is a UK-based magazine with over 43,000 subscribers and ships worldwide. And they also wanted me to tell you that come September 17th, US Barnes & Noble stores will have it in stock, so if you have a local Barnes & Noble, then go check it out. But if you're not in the United States, or you don't have a Barnes & Noble, don't worry, because you can get a digital copy from their website right here. So go check it out and get yourself a copy. And with that all said, let's check out the latest issue of Scream magazine and see what it has in store. All right, I can see right away, apparently the main talking point of this magazine is Boar, which at first I thought was an article about Razorback, but it's actually about a completely different Australian Razorback movie just called Boar. And I love myself giant pig movies, so I can't wait to not only read this article, but to see the movie itself. We also got, obviously, a piece on frogs, which is a cheese classic if there ever was one. And a piece on Don't Breathe, which, if you've seen my vlog on the movie, you know that I fucking love Don't Breathe, and you should all go watch it. We also got a little thing on Black Fawn Films, which is apparently the company that created Bed of the Dead, the not quite, but kind of looks like a remake of Deathbed movie. I don't think it's supposed to be, but it might as well be based on the trailer. Anyway, on the back, we got a ad for Cell, which is a movie I was looking forward to until all my friends told me it's kind of a piece of shit, which is too bad because even though it's not the best Stephen King story, I love Sam Jackson and John Cusack, and they were amazing in 1408, so I was kind of hoping they were gonna capture that magic again, but apparently they, from what I've heard, they did not. All right, let's dig into this. Alrighty then, we got an ad for Southbound and Ash vs. the Evil Dead. Two things we did do vlogs on in the past, and you should check those out to get my and my buddy Count Jacula's opinion on them. Alrighty then, let's see what we got here. The Wave, no idea what that is, but I suppose I'll find out eventually. All right, and we got the main centerpiece here, the article on the Boar, and just take a fucking look at this amazing giant boar effect. This right here is selling me on the movie more than anything anyone could say in this interview, because I love myself some practical effects, and this boar looks glorious. You just look at that one. I want one. I want one in my home that I could pet and call Bory. I don't know why I call him Bory. I guess I just added a Y there for the fuck of it. Alrighty then, let's see what we got here. Ooh, we got some entrails and stuff. Hopefully the human carcasses in the movie are a little more human-y and a little less plastic doll-y, but we'll see, we'll see. Jesus Christ, look at the size of this damn thing. You can see someone's feet right there. But this thing is fucking huge. Like, this is like a truck-size boar. That's fucking awesome. Alrighty then. Alright, VHS Ate My Brains. This is where they talk about old VHS releases and video nasties. So you got Return of the Living Dead. You got Creepazoids. Oh, Creepazoids. Now that's another cheese classic right there. And I use classic very loosely in this case. Oh, David Dakota. Oh, Fright Night Part 2. Now, that's a movie I would love to see a re-release of because I don't think it's been released outside of a VHS and outside of a out-of-print DVD, which is like $300 now. So I would like a nice cleaned-up print of Fright Night 2 at some point. That would be awesome. And I do mean Fright Night 2, the original Fright Night 2, not the remake or its balls sequel. Alrighty then, let's see what we got here. The fostering. Look, I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but some sort of bee shit is happening on this guy's face, and not gonna lie, it's kind of sold me on whatever the hell this movie is. Though I gotta say, a creepy twist on the teen horror genre. I don't know why people do this. So many people like separate teen horror from other horror, even though for the longest time teen horror was just horror. So I don't know. I don't think it needs a separate distinction, to be honest. Let's see. All right, we got that cover for the Bed of the Dead in the Black Fawn interview they got here. Not familiar with them, but I gotta say this cover for Let Her Out looks very pretty. It kind of reminds me of the Neon Demon and the Maniac remake. I have no idea if the movie is gonna live up to either of those movies, but here's hoping. Alrighty then, Ballad in Blood, the return of Ruggero Deodato, the guy who made Cannibal Holocaust, a man who skirts the line between completely insane and fucking genius. I'm definitely gonna read this. I love Ruggero Deodato movies, even though he is, he's the guy who kills turtles in his movies. What are you gonna do? Alright, now PETA has not approved of this video, I just know it. Alrighty then, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Dracula, Prince of Darkness Resurrected. This seems to be a piece on the Hammer Dracula film, specifically. The ones with Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. And I gotta say, there are many awesome renditions of Dracula throughout the years. You had Gary Oldman, you have the classic, iconic Bela Lugosi, but one of my favorites will always be Christopher Lee as Dracula. There's just, his presence on screen is magnificent. I even when I watch Lord of the Rings, I look at there and I see Saruman and I'm just like, oh man, Dracula's a wizard now. He's just forever Dracula to me. Alrighty then, let's oh, look at this. That's another thing I like about those Hammer movies. They were fucking gorgeous. They were just these beautiful gothic paintings of movies. Alrighty then, let's, oh, look at that art. That right there. We don't do posters like we used to, is all I'm saying. Alrighty then, Fritz. No idea what that is. I'm sure someone in the comment section will educate me, like they did on Slashers with the last video, which turns out was not a movie, it was actually a TV show. I didn't know this. Though, even though someone in my comment section corrected me on that, I still didn't believe them until it showed up in my Netflix queue, and I'm like, oh, I guess it is a TV show. Shows what I know. All right, The Windmill Massacre. All right. I know this movie is going to involve someone killing somebody by windmills, but if this is not a movie about a killer windmill, then fuck this movie. Just fuck it. I am not having a movie called The Windmill Massacre unless a windmill actually massacres someone. All right, let's see. We got Southbound. We got the Count Yorga collection. These are obviously recently released DVDs and Blu-rays, by the way, and it's Scream Magazine's reviews on them. Let's see. Night of the Lepus. Oh man, speaking of cheese classics right there. And I am not using classic loosely in this case. Night of the Lepus is genuine gold. It's the kind of movie where if you have a bunch of friends and you have a Friday night all to yourselves, you should bust out the beers, bust out the weed, and throw on Night of the Lepus, and I'm sure you'll have a gay old time. And not just because you'll have your friend's cock in your mouth. Oh man, look at that Lepus poster. That is beautiful. And I just realized I'm calling it Lepus, but it's probably Lepus, but I'm an idiot, so what can you do? I have no idea what Bastard is about, but I gotta say, points for the art. This hammer with the notches on it kind of tells you everything. Oh man, an article on the guinea pig films. Oh man, the guinea pig films are interesting. They were the original endurance test horror movies. They were movies specifically made to shock and horrify and disgust people. And they were usually found on like bootleg VHSs and shit because so many video stores did not want to sell them. And some of them, I don't even know if they had distribution for the longest time. But they were basically the precursors for what Human Centipede or a Serbian film are now. Though I guess in a few years, they're going to be in the same place as the guinea pig films, so that'll be interesting. My favorite part about movies like that is they essentially took what the guinea pigs films did to the extreme, and the guinea pig films were already the extreme of the extreme, so it's kind of like a Serbian film is essentially death metal and guinea pigs are thrash metal. It's kind of an evolution of like harshness. Let's see. This one seems to be specifically talking about one called American Guinea Pig, which I have not seen. And I'm sure you will tell me in the comment section if it's worth it. Let's see. Alrighty then. Don't Breathe. Once again, Don't Breathe. A fucking awesome movie. I can't wait to read what Fede Alvarez has to say about the movie and what went into it, because it really is a masterclass in suspense and tension, and I'm really interested to seeing what went into making the movie. Backburn. Some of the ghosts are real, inspired by true events. Yeah, right. This kind of has a shitty cover, so I'm probably not going to watch it, unless someone in the comment section tells me otherwise. All right, Children of the Grave, a conversation with Becky Coolin, who apparently is a comic maker, and this Southern Cross is one of her comics. I am not familiar with her work. I am not familiar with the comic, so I have nothing to say about this other than I'm interested to read about it. I do know that apparently right here she says that she loves Event Horizon, which scores points in my book. Oh, Gravewalkers. Okay. The funny thing about this is I kind of like the cover for this, but it kind of shows the limitations of Photoshop, that you can make a beautiful, like fucking awesome, like descriptive image with Photoshop, but it will still not look as good as if you had just drawn it or painted it. That's kind of how I feel. I feel like this cover would be like a nice 10 out of 10 cover if it was drawn. At least that's how I feel. I kind of like how companies like Scream Factory do it, where they actually get like an artist to do the covers for the movies. Granted, they mainly release older movies, but I mean, I wish new movies had those covers too, because they're so beautiful. Alrighty then. Exorcist 2, The Heretic. Quite possibly the best worst sequel ever made. Yeah, there's not much to say about this movie other than, go watch it. And tell me if you can tell what the fuck is going on in that movie, especially in the final act. Things get a little fucking crazy. In fact, it's probably, like, a lot of people wondered why I didn't like Sinister 2. The best way I could put it is that Sinister 2 to me was a lot like Exorcist 2. I'll just leave it at that. Frogs! Fuck yeah, frogs. Oh man, that's another movie where you gotta get a bunch of beers and a bunch of your friends and just fucking spend a Friday night ripping the shit out of this thing, because it's something to behold. It might give you warts though, so have ointment on hand. We got a bunch of ads for various indie releases. I gotta say, Killersaurus kind of has me sold on title alone, and it kind of looks like this is taking place in a fucking prison, which makes it even more absurd. So, I don't know. But here, okay, gotta catch this tagline right here. Part human, part dinosaur, all soldier, Killersaurus. I don't know what to say other than that sounds like pure genius. I kind of like the cover for the Neon Demon right here. I like the neon colors, and I kind of like the old text. Not Neon Demon. Neon Demon is the other movie. This is called The Neon Dead. I'm an idiot. Francesca has a pretty nice drawn cover, like an old Giallo style. So hopefully it's a Giallo throwback of some kind. Behind the Screams. Looks like a bunch of interviews about various stuff. There's one here about the Blair Witch, which I'm really looking forward to. Blair Witch was a movie that had a really shitty sequel that is best ignored and pretend like it doesn't exist. So I'm kind of glad they're giving it a proper sequel this time with Adam Wingard. And I love Adam Wingard. Like, you guys all saw my video about how much I love The Guest. That movie is awesome, and I can't wait for Blair Witch. Robert is a movie that someone in my comment section actually asked me about when I reviewed The Boy, and I had not seen it yet, so I can't comment on it, but I'm willing to give it a chance just because I like creepy doll movies, but they're kind of off to a bad start by comparing it to Annabelle. Yeah, you kind of lose points there. Let's see what we got here. More ads, and some of these ads I feel like were on another page. I feel like someone's bought up multiple ad spaces in this magazine, which, hey, good money if you can get it. Looks like book review section. I am so out of the book reading game that I have no idea who any of these things are, so I have nothing to say about it. Oh, and a perfect way to end this and cap this whole little me perusing through a magazine off. Sharknado, The Fourth Awakens. 10 out of 10. Alrighty then, my fellow Gorehounds. Sincerely sorry that this was not a full-on unboxing, but how much unboxing is there really with a magazine? It's more like an unwrapping, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna get back to making my next episode of Blood Splattered Cinema, and I'll catch y'all later.